ethnic, political and social tensions among European colonial powers, indigenous Africans, and English and Dutch settlers led to open conflict in a series of wars and revolts between 1879 and 1915 that would have lasting repercussions on the entire region of southern Africa. Pursuit of commercial empire as well as individual aspirations, especially after the discovery of gold and diamonds, were key factors driving these developments. Territory. As European powers, particularly Dutch Boers and the British, began to claim parts of southern Africa, it became apparent that to lose and maintain more complex, affecting not only themselves but even the indigenous peoples and the land itself. By 1880, there were four dominant European regions: the Cape Colony and Natal by the Anglo-colonists, and the Transvaal and Orange Free State by the Dutch Boers. These colonies and the political leaders were the most important and influential of the time, and all were eventually dissolved into the singular Union of South Africa in May 1910. Cape Colony. The Cape Colony was founded by the Dutch East India Company in 1652. In 1795, it was taken over by the British, who then officially declared possession in 1806. At this time, the Cape Colony encompassed 100,000 square miles and was populated by about 25,000 Dutch, German and French colonists. The gain of this colony by the British was strategic, ensuring that other European nations could not have it and having access to important trading routes, and was originally thought to be temporary. The area was expanded in several ways over the next century. As Boers moved outward, they claimed new lands. By 1871, they had gained Natal as well as reaching the Orange River, marking the northern boundary. At this time, the Cape began annexing surrounding regions: Basutoland, 1871 to 1884; Griqualand East, 1874; Griqualand West, 1880, and southern Bechuanaland, 1895. At the end of the South African Wars, the Cape Province, Natal, Orange Free State and the Transvaal were united. The Cape Colony became a member of the Union of South Africa in 1910, and today is one of the 9 provinces of South Africa. Transvaal. The Boer founded Transvaal, occupying the land north of the Vaal River. Transvaal often sought to expand. For instance, Transvaal intended to stretch east to the Indian Ocean by way of the Delagoa Bay before the British claimed the land. In 1877, with the Transvaal crumbling under Boer rule, they had to cede to Theophilus Shepstone and the British in exchange for a small pension. They could not have fought back, or chosen any other alternative, the British defeating local natives to secure more land in 1879 only gave the Boers less competition to worry about and enabled them to focus on retaking the Transvaal. In 1881, through the First Boer War, power was regained by the Boers, though any possibility of expansion and alliance was blocked by the British. With the discovery of diamonds around 1885 in Griqualand, West Transvaal struggled with the Cape and the Free State for land, but to no avail. In 1910, the Transvaal was annexed by the Union of South Africa. Orange Free State. By the beginning of the South African Wars, the Orange Free State was independently ruled by the Boers. The Free State's boundaries were defined almost entirely by rivers: the Orange River on the south, the Vaal River on the west and north, and the Caledon River on the east. The northeastern boundary was shared with its British neighbour, Natal. The Caledon boundary was disputed by the Boers and Moshushus, though people in 2 primary incidents, in 1858 and 1865. Pre-Boer colonization. There were indigenous groups like the Sotho, Sanj, various Nguni clans in the Free State area. In the 1870s, the Free State Boers began moving into Griqualand West in search of farmland, pushing the Griqua out. They did not officially incorporate the land. In 1890, there were approximately 77,000 whites and 128,000 Africans. In 1900, Bloemfontein, the capital, came under British domination. In 1910, the Free State joined the Union of South Africa. Natal is positioned on the Indian Ocean coast of southern Africa, just northeast of the Cape Colony. Home to the indigenous Nguni and later the Zulu, the region of Natal played a key role in European colonization. First called the Natalia Republic, the territory was set up in 1839 by Boer or trekkers on their Great Trek, fleeing the Cape English. When the British established the colony 4 years later as a strategic land gain, the border was extended to the Tugela and Buffalo rivers. In 1897, Zululand, to the north, was annexed into the independent region. The land became part of the Union in 1910. It is now known as KwaZulu-Natal, a province of South Africa. Basutoland, the land of indigenous Khoi and Sotho people. Basutoland was positioned between the Cape Colony, Orange Free State and Natal. Basutoland was annexed into Britain in 1868 as Moshoeshoe, king of the Sotho, was afraid of Free State encroachers. 3 years later it was given to the Cape Colony. In 1884, it was given back to the British, a result of the Gun War, and left under indigenous rule with the intent of exploiting its agricultural benefits. In 1910, still under British rule, attempts to incorporate it into the Union of South Africa failed. In disagreement, Basutoland became one of 3 colonies left outside of the Union. Today, Basutoland is a small independent nation called Lesotho, engulfed by South Africa. Bechuanaland. Following the Bechuanaland expedition of 1884–85, Bechuanaland was settled by Britain in 1885, the northern area becoming the Protectorate and the southern area the Crown Colony. This region was constructed between German Southwest Africa and the Transvaal as a strategic attempt to prevent the combining of those 2 colonies, thereby allowing them access to the Great North Road. Along with the annexation of the Crown Colony in 1895, Cecil Rhodes pushed hard for the Northern Protectorate, but was protested by indigenous Tswana chiefs who successfully convinced the British otherwise. This region is present-day Botswana, having gained its independence in 1966. The Griqualands. There are 2 Griqualands, west and east, both founded by the Griqua people moving out of the Cape Colony due mainly to racial discrimination. The Griqua, a Khoi tribe, moved north to lands just north of the Cape, east of southern Bechuanaland, and west of the Orange Free State, being led by Adam Kokai. This new land was established as Griqualand West by Andries Waterbour. When diamonds were discovered in the area, an influx of whites overwhelmed the Griqua, leading to their 1871 annexation, and forcing 2,000 Griqua to trek east from 1871 to 1872. Eventually they established Griqualand East in 1873, only to be annexed the following year by Britain. Griqualand East was positioned between the Cape Colony and Natal on the eastern coast. At this point the whites considered the Griqua as part of the bigger Coloureds group. Other political entities: Swaziland, Zululand, Portuguese East Africa, German Southwest Africa, Matabeleland,